Good morning. I'm going to talk today about guarantees. I've been thinking a lot about that in the last few days, about how strange it is that we seem to want to guarantee everything about our lives to give us a sense of security and control. And of course, it's ridiculous in a way to want a guarantee about anything in the world that is, as we know, impermanent and subject to change and basically unpredictable. So that's the nature of life. Those are the characteristics of life. Well, we can remember the three lakshanas, can't we? Impermanence, unsatisfactoriness because of that very impermanence, and nothing has any essence because there's only change all the time. Things seem very stable to us a lot of the time, but of course we know that they're not. So, seeing it in terms of guarantee, there's a few things that I want to talk about. And it was prompted partly by hearing the kind of questions that are thrown at the government at the moment. And behind so many of the questions and the demands even are guarantees, wanting guarantees about, can you give us a specific date when we're allowed to do this, or when so and so will open, and so on. And it's often done in quite an aggressive way, really, as if it's all the government's fault that the coronavirus is doing what it's doing now. But of course, COVID-19, it doesn't keep a diary. It basically does its own thing, and none of us are able to say what's going to happen about that. What we can be certain of is that, if we're very lax, if we think death happens to everybody else and it doesn't happen to us, we can be sure that if we get careless, we are likely to cause a lot more suffering in the world. Even if we don't get ill, we can pass that virus around. But, the government haven't got any guarantees any more than we have. So, whether you like the government or whether you don't, whether you think they're doing things wrong or not, in a way, let's put that one aside. That's not the question. It's noticing in ourselves when we're wanting these sort of guarantees that we can do what we want to do. And in a way, it's just a diversion from our own states of mind. In a way, yes, it might be frustrating that we're still in lockdown. It might feel that we're just waiting for our liberation and then we'll go nuts, doing everything we want to do. But in a way, we're trying to put the responsibility, in a way, for our states of mind on somebody else out there rather than in here. So, yes, it might be frustrating that we can't book a holiday. But actually, even if the government says, yes, by, August the 23rd, it'll be safe, you can start booking holidays, we don't know that that's actually going to happen. And it's no good getting cross if they can't guarantee, or if they, if the coronavirus suddenly changes course, more people get ill, and the government suddenly say, no, you can't. So, we are living in a blame culture, and we need to take back responsibility and to see the unpredictable nature of life. So, when I was thinking about guarantees, I was remembering that when I've done classes at the Buddhist Centre, sometimes people say, they ask questions like, do you know anybody who's enlightened? Or are there people in the order who, in our Triratna Buddhist order, who are stream entrants or who are already enlightened? And I realise that when they're asking those questions, they want a guarantee. They're looking for their guarantee. And it would be lovely, wouldn't it, if when people came through the door and booked a course, we could say, we can guarantee that, you're going to be peaceful, calm, and content if you do this 6-week course. If only it was as easy as that. So we can't give any guarantee. We don't know what you are going to do with your mind or how you're going to apply yourself to the Buddha's teachings. So all that is completely unknown to us. So there are no guarantees. So is there anything we can guarantee? Well, as I said earlier, we can guarantee, we can all guarantee for ourselves that once we're born, we are going to die. But we can also guarantee other things. So, for example, you might agree that we could guarantee that if you develop kindness and compassion for yourself and for others, that there will be good consequences. There will be pleasant consequences, both for yourself and for others. That might need unpacking, but I'm not going to unpack it right now. But that's a pretty certain guarantee. And that also, if you act from anger and from hatred and from aversion, that it leads to unhappy states of mind, both for yourself and for other people. That might sound terribly basic, but actually it's certainly worth trying, because there's a lot more guarantee to that than a lot of other things. So, yes, when people come to the Buddhist Centre and they're wanting a guarantee, and we can't give anybody a guarantee. And a follow-on from that is sometimes people say, look, I've been meditating for a year, and, I don't particularly have great states of mind, and, I'm wondering, if this is worth doing. And I always ask, so have you been meditating every day? No, they say, I've been coming here once a week or maybe twice a week. So basically, they haven't given themselves a chance to really test out the efficacy of meditating, of the capabilities of meditation, of what it might do for them. So, if we don't put our energy into what we've half committed to, yes, half a commitment is really no commitment. And I don't say that lightly, because, what we put our heart into, that really is where results come. So, if you really want to know whether meditation does what it says, does what it promises, you have to meditate regularly every day. And I know some people don't find that very easy to do. You don't have to meditate for long periods of time, I'm not saying basically you've got to meditate an hour a day or nothing, you won't get any results. But you gradually build up. You have to start from somewhere. So, if you come on a course to learn meditation, we encourage people for the time of the course, which is 4 weeks or 6 weeks, however long the course is, to meditate every day. And I think those people that put energy, in other words, commitment, into meditating daily, do find results. They do get results. And certainly, when I first learned to meditate, that's what I decided to do. I was going to do it every day. I kind of, in my mind, committed myself for 6 months, that I would try it for 6 months. And I would do both practices, mindfulness of breathing and the development of loving kindness, meditations, metta bhavana. And basically, I would give it my all, and then if it didn't significantly seem to change me or have an effect, well, I would give it up. So, that's the kind of commitment. There's no guarantees with practice unless we really commit ourselves to it. So basically, the message here is don't expect guarantees for that which is impermanent and subject to change. There's no point in that. And even a couple of years ago, I had a new conservatory roof put on the room I'm in, and there was a 10-year guarantee. And already bits are falling off the top, in the winds. Bits were flying about in the garden. And yes, I've rung up. I want to follow up my guarantees, but I know I can see already that I'm going to have a hard job getting it repaired because, even with a written guarantee, it's going to be hard to get that guarantee fulfilled. So how much less can we get a guarantee on that which hasn't got a bit of paper attached to it? So, yeah, that's my ramble for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.